Hello, you can call me Husky. This video is a little bit different from my others, but I do want to make more videos with my voice. Today, I'm going to tell you about my experience in showcasing the artworks I've done for Artfight this year. Ever heard of Artfight? Well, basically, to sum it up, it's an annual art event that happens in July. People post art of each other's characters and gain points for their team. It's really fun. 2026 was actually my third year. Now that we know what we're getting into, how about we begin? Oh, the prep stage. If you've ever joined Artfight and realized 90% of your characters don't have a reference sheet, you've most likely gone through this agonizing grind. Usually, people start working in May and June, typically making as many reference sheets as they possibly can for the characters. A few people, including myself, also like to revise our profile, maybe make descriptions, and change our character permissions. This year, I made around 17 reference sheets just in a month, which is bizarre because those things take like 3 to 6 hours. I also made a few thumbnails for my characters, which I didn't finish. Next to finish. This did burn me out a few times, unsurprisingly. This year was the 10th anniversary for Artfight, so they made a special announcement. 3 teams. Comedy, mystery, tragedy. After much debate, I chose mystery. Wait. Before you think I'm gonna pick me and I'm not like the other girls, I chose mystery since a lot of my friends were on tragedy and comedy, and I wanted to grind those points, you know? This first attack was for Ivy Wing. I drew her as a pebblesplash. I really enjoyed this attack. I made her look so innocent. I mean, look at that little face. I actually had more attacks, but I didn't get the permission from everyone to post the attack, so if you want to see them all, I linked my account just in case. This next attack was for Catnip Tobeans. I made her see Catnip in a pose that looked like she was holding the camera, and there was this awkward empty space in the corner, so I decided to add her other Ozzy, Opal, as if they were calling each other. This is a pretty random idea, but I did enjoy making this. These next attacks I did traditionally, so no speed paint. I don't have much to say about them otherwise. I really like how they turned out though. This next attack was on Dragon Artist. We decided to do a revenge chain this year. She attacked me first, but I challenged her with my defense to a battle. This was actually one of 4 revenge chains that I did with others. Fun fact, I actually designed this character. She won this in my DTA back in November. She made really interesting lore for this character, and one big theme had coffee, so I thought this would fit him. This attack was for Lavender Wolf. I actually had this idea floating around in my brain for a while before Artfight even started. I really liked the lore behind them and wanted to draw a bit of the kingdoms they ruled. I really love how this art piece turned out, ignoring the anatomy. I will say, I love drawing the desert. It's basic, but I think it turned out great. I think the whole composition of this artwork is just what really makes me like it. Just all together, just makes sense. This is yet another attack on Ivy Wing. I love making this, and this might be one of my favorite pieces I've done for Artfight this year. This attack was traditional too, but it features many of my close online friends. JV, Cat, Hydro, and Dragon. This was basically what I think we would do if we were watching a horror movie. This next attack was the beginning of a revenge chain with Neptune's universe. Last year, we had a revenge chain. It was really fun, although we couldn't really grind them points since we were both on crystals. This year, she was on tragedy, so it all worked out. I absolutely loved how this turned out too. It was a really fun character to draw. This attack was on Hydro Trees. I had this idea a week or so before the event started, but I was really excited about it. These are our characters, Lark and Rose. They're a couple, and I love them. They're so cute. This next attack is on Flower Whiskers. It's up on YouTube, and I spent like 4 days animating it somehow. But speed that day, you know? These next 2 attacks are traditional. I drew them in pretty dark places, so they look a little deformed, but it's fine. I think I actually drew a lot more attacks in traditional than I did the previous years. Like, actually really put effort into the traditional attacks. This is another attack featuring my close friends. This time we're baking. I actually got it pretty close this time. This next attack was my 100th out of all 3 years I've been on Artfight. This is Fast Food Cat OC. I tried being a little more bold with darker shading. This next attack was for Craggy. Or Craggy? I hope I said that right. I didn't really plan where this was going, but I love the results so much that I kept using this layout. One of the attacks I used the same layout for as the last one. This is 100% one of my favorite attacks. I just love the colors and the shading, basically everything about it. At first I don't really like the pose, but no, I think it's so cute, even if her neck is a little broken. Yes, I drew every blade of grass. That took me like 30 minutes, but I just loved how it turned out. I mean, look at that grass blade. This attack was for Hydro Cheese. This is the point where we decided to do a revenge chain. Now guys, if you don't feel like doing math here, this is 80 characters. Do you know how much that is to draw? This took me about 6 hours. I didn't really work on anything but this for basically 3 days. I'm very proud of this, and I'm surprised I had the patience to do it. Also, I'm very sorry if my speech is weird, blurring words together. I got braces, so talking is hard. English is hard. Yet another attack on Neptune. I had like 3 other pose ideas for her, but I scrapped them all and just ended up with this one. Art block was creeping in on me all the time, so this was a struggle. At first, I wasn't really sure what I thought about this attack, since there's not all that much color in the background, and I'm not sure if I nailed the running look as well, but it's growing on me for sure. To heal myself from that last attack, I drew a very colorful background. I messed around with the color layer settings with this one, but I like how vivid it is. This attack is when art block really hammered down on me. I made the paws and the head, and I really liked how it was going, but the end result is not my favorite. Even though I'm not a fan of this attack, this OC is incredibly cute and it was really fun to color. The first human I've ever drawn on Artfight. Usually when I draw humans, they end up looking like a brick, so I'm quite proud of this one. I adore this OC, and it was so stinking fun to draw. This next attack was an attempt to recreate a possible scene for one of Hydro's characters. I have no idea if this is close to canon, but basically it was inspired off of the lore she told me about how Bailey was turning corrupt and Natasha, like, saves him. Hydro, I apologize. I just know I got that wrong and my memory capacity is the size of a peanut. Taking a small break from traditional attacks, I'm gonna show you this guy. I love Boone, and he's definitely one of my favorite characters of Hydro's. This art piece definitely helped my art block a little bit. My last attack on Dragon this year. This attack, as well as the previous one, I used a little bit different brush than usual. Dry brush is the one I resort to when I want to be pretty free with the line art and I'm too tired to refine it. I usually use monoline for the line art since I like the crispy edges and the consistency of the lines, but I always find myself trying to perfect the line art since it's a lot easier to spot the mistakes. Making this attack was pretty chill, and it was really nice making it, especially since I was grinding this giant animation meme. This next attack was pretty fun to make. I don't really know what this OC is doing, but I like it, so yeah. This was the attack that made me want to jump out a window. I liked making some parts of it and I love how it turned out, but 90% of the process I hated how it was going. I almost gave up on it, but I find myself grinding things after I tell people I'm making something. If you want to look at the full animated attack, it's up on YouTube. The story behind it was inspired off of an attack Neptune did for me last year. She's basically visiting most of my universes, and I drew her how she would look in them. This was an art trade that I counted as an attack for Craggy. I hope I'm still saying that right. I experimented a little bit with the perspective, and I'm not totally sure how I feel about it. Either way, it was pretty fun to draw. This was my final attack for the year. I decided to draw one of Hydro Cheese's OC. That 10 times. Say that 10 times fast. Say that 10. It's pretty simple. I was at a friend's house at the time and I was on a time crunch. Either way, I absolutely adore these characters and I'm pretty happy with it. You guys have no idea how much of a struggle those last attack were to film. I'm going off script here, but yeah, that was hard. I repeated so many things. I know, like, usually you do that when you're recording a video, but that was weird. I stutter a lot because I just never talk that much, but that was an experience for me. This was a struggle to record, really. The editing was fine. Half of my edit was deleted, so I have to like go back and redo the whole thing. But you know, it's okay because it's gonna be good to see it finished. I didn't have to make this. Did I want to? Yes. Am I not really liking the process right now? Yes. But is this also a trust the process kind of thing? Also yes. I really hope you guys like this one. So, yeah, here's some bloopers. Forward change, visiting this idea, cracking, jump. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa. Dude. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have no idea if this is close to canon, but basically it was inspired off of lore I have no idea if this is even close to Hydro. My last attack on Why does it sound like that? Myself trying to perfect the lunara. I usually use monoline since I usually use monoline. I use a little bit with this. It's simple, somewhat simple. It's somewhat simple. It's somewhat simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's simple. So before the event started, it sounds like drop. I want the color ladies. What did I say? But I do want to make more attacks with my voice. So attacks.